everybody, and welcome to tonight's show. This is Chances Chat and Friends Live, and this is for information purposes only. It also may not be, and we'll see who our guests are, if there are guests or if there are no guests. Hi, Chance. How are you today?
Wow. Somebody send me some positive energy because, man, I've been so tired the last couple days. I just took 6, beetroots. I figure it'll take 12 hours to get into my system. Maybe I'll get some energy for tomorrow. We got Roy B. the Man with us tonight. We got Danny with us. Larry's here. Vic Dog is here. Sherry is here. And let's see. Chance's mic is low. We can fix that. We can turn that up a little bit.
And let me just say, people, because Chance does a show every week, we can't acknowledge everybody out there, but we know you're there. We appreciate that you're there. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate the opinions and also all the little facts that you guys bring us. Thank you for that. We just never get a chance to say thank you because there's always somebody on talking. So it's our chance to say thank you for you being here all the time, spending your time with Chance and me and all the gang, and at the same time doing it every week. Thank you for that.
Oh, we got questions. That's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to answer a lot of questions. Ann's going to stop in at 8:15. And yes, Angela, I'm going to address your question right now. Yes, it is. What is happening in your country is the same thing that's happening in our country. Okay? They are moving forward, even if you're 30 days behind or 40 days, or they're moving forward on foreclosures. It's the deep state's last hurrah. They're desperate for money, and guess what? The Republic of hi Mark, how are you? The Republic of the Treasury of the United States is not working with the Federal Reserve to print any more money. There is a cash shortage. Okay, this is why I tell you people every week, get your money out of the stinking bank. Okay, Wise is safe, but you may not be able to access any funds when the ATMs and the debit card machines go down. Okay, so here's what's going on. It's a deep state money grab, and they're breaking the law over there in Australia just the same as they're breaking the law here. Now, what I want you to pay very close attention to this if you've got any mortgage problems. Okay? Bernadette and I, we dealt with this earlier in the week. Bernadette is my administrator on Chance's Live Chat 2, which is a private group on Telegram. And you cannot just look for it and jump in. I'm the only real Chance McFadden. There's fake Chance McFadden pages. In order to get into the Chances Live Chat group, okay, you have to send me an email to chancemusic@yahoo.com and send all your information, your name, address, phone number, and your Telegram username. I will forward it on to Bernadette, and she will get you into the group. She will send you a link. You cannot share that link with anybody else. If anybody is not vetted, they will not be able to stay. They will not be able to stay in the group. Okay. I'm gonna read what Mark Scott says. The banker man that robbed me has been working late past 6 p.m. every night this whole week. The whole parking lot of normal employees was still there at 6:40 when we went by. Okay. Now let's talk about Mark Scott's banker man. Okay. You don't need to know his story. Okay. I'm not going to tell you his story because I know it very well. But let me put it to you this way. He is cabal. He is a very evil man. He is perpetrated in fraud, and he's guilty of violation of the RICO Act, as well as many other UCC crimes. Okay, when the shirt hits the fan, the banker man that Mark's talking about is going to be arrested. You paying attention to what I'm saying? So I wrote out a forensic letter to somebody or to anybody. You can use it. It's pinned on the Chances Live Chat Group 2 page, which is a private page. It is pinned at the top, and you have to fill in your information, your account number, your name of your financial institution that's screwing you, and everything else. And you are going to have to make that document work for yourself. But all the pertinent legal information is in there. I am giving you, if your home loan, your mortgage has been sold, whether it be in Australia or be Canada or in the United States, you can modify that document. I'm giving it to you for free. Okay? You can modify that document to stop your payments. Okay? Now let me explain to you how it works, and anybody else that's listening, and if this is interesting to you, write it down, because I really don't want to repeat it again. Okay? I've repeated it several times. Okay, when you get a loan, you got a loan with the ABC Bank, and you borrowed $100,000 to buy this nice little house. Okay, isn't that great? Okay, 4 or 5 months down the road, the ABC Bank sells it to Wells Fargo, or then they handle the loan for a while, and then they find somebody else that they could sell it to for a profit, and then they don't have to worry about the payments, and so they sell it to somebody else. And before you know it, your loan's been sold half a dozen times. The only thing about it is you don't have a contract with these companies that it's been sold to. You don't have a contract with them. You understand? Did you sign a contract with Bank of America after ABC Loan Company loaned you the money? No, you didn't. They sold the loan. It's all about they want to sell the loans as many times as they can, because if they can make $10,000 or $15,000 off selling the loan, they're good. Then they go on. Then it goes on to somebody else. So basically, this lady had her house loan sold 4 times. 4 times. So each time it was sold, she continued to make payments and didn't realize it. She had no contractual obligation to do anything with these other companies that bought the loan. She could have stopped 3 banks ago, but she didn't. So this is what led me to write this letter. Okay? And let's see. Can't read that. Doc, whatever you're writing over on the right-hand side, it's not coming up. That means nothing to me. I can't understand that. Is that English?
I have no idea.
I don't know. It says you're frozen. Well, I don't think so. I don't think we're frozen. Seen properties listed as being windmill investments. Yeah, could be. I don't know. But their day's about over, guys. Yeah, we're gonna go to town on these guys, because once the okay, it's only on her screen. You may have. Let me tell you why. If we show up frozen, here's why. Hey, do you leave your laptop on all the time? You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't leave your phone and laptop all the time. You need to give them a rest. You need to. It resets and resets all the programs. So you need to, if you're on YouTube, watching us on YouTube tonight, then you need to reset. Okay. So you need to shut your computer off, wait 5 minutes, start it up again. Same way with cell phone. Okay, thank you, Lena. Yeah, Joey's adding a thing here. It says last Friday, the 54th anniversary, Nixon. We were taken off the gold standard. That's right, and are we back on the gold standard? Yes. Has it been announced publicly? No. Is the Federal Reserve closed? Yes. Okay. And documents that are supposed and notifications supposedly coming out by the Federal Reserve are false. That's the cabal making a statement. The Federal Reserve, over 4 or 5 years ago, before Let's Go Brandon came on the scene, was purchased in full by Donald John Trump. So who do you think's running the show? He owns it. Okay? He had to own it so that he could close it. He had to close it so we could have a reset. Okay? All right. Now, let's see. Somebody's got something heard that Trump signed something to change DC to District of America. I don't know. Who cares? It doesn't matter. They're no longer sovereign. Okay? Can we offer to buy our own loan at a deep discount? If you have a third person do it for you, or have an attorney do it, and say you want to keep the client anonymous, sure, you could. Absolutely, you could. In fact, if you got enough money and you got a friend that's in jail, you can go find out the cash value of the criminal case, and you can get him out of jail, and it's not bail, and just buy the case, and that's it. It's over. Okay. So I've just given you guys tons of information. Tons of information. I hope you've written it all down. Okay. So the letter basically says to the bank, okay, I'm not paying you any more money. I have no contract with you. You have collected money falsely by entering me into an illegal default contract, and you are going to not only not receive any money from me, but you're going to give me what I paid back, because it was illegal and it was unlawful. Both ways. It was illegal and unlawful. Illegal means without God. Unlawful means with God. Okay? So, you got that? Okay. Okay. Do you want to hear something that I don't know what to believe? Okay. Linda, I don't know. I don't quite understand your question. Let's see. I'm seeing questions come up here. I want to answer them today. That's why we're changing the format of the show a little bit. And we're also shortening the time. Linda asks, I thought mortgage documents are not actual contracts, as they do not have two signatures. Well, that's not necessarily true, because a corporation can be considered an entity, and the bank is a corporation. So they would argue that in court, and you would probably lose. Okay. But as far as I'm concerned, where's the wedding signature on both ends? I don't see the banker signing anything. You know what I mean? The whole system, the whole entire ball of wax, including the Admiralty Maritime Court, is fraud. Okay? Yeah, if you've got $50,000 owned on a house, and you want to send a lawyer in and say, hey, we want to buy off this loan. Can we give you $25,000 for it? And you know what they're going to say? Sure. You know why? Because it's not a real loan anyway. It's all fraud. Okay. Now, I do have intel from the intake officer, and also intel from Wyatt. And I sent Wyatt an invitation to see if I hope he comes on tonight. let's see. DC is now federalized. This is martial law, even though fake news will never tell us. Well, that's right. That's correct, Joey. PED 11.3 Law of War Manual. As far as I'm concerned, the PED Act is still in effect. And when he drops the PED Act is when the Admiralty Maritime Courts will have to start going by Constitution. Okay, now my grandson in Macomb sent me a thing today, and he said there's 2 gentlemen over there that got arrested for, I think, manslaughter. And each one of them had 13 felonies under their belt. And they got released on recognizance. Okay? Do you know what the significance of that is? Why would you take somebody that has 13 felonies and release them on a major felony charge like manslaughter or murder, whatever it was? Why would you do that? Because they don't have the money to take care of the prisoners. They don't want to be responsible for their health. They don't want to be responsible for supplying them a meal. Okay? They don't want to do anything. They know this is the end game. Whether they're talking about it or not, whether the sheriff's department and the courthouse and the city clerks and everything, they're talking about it, and they know something's going on, and they know the shirt is going to hit the fan, and when it does, it's going to splatter all over their lives. And I can't wait. Now, some more local news. I've decided, because of I got too many irons in the fire post RV, that I'm not going to run for mayor, but a good friend of mine is. He's a good friend. He's a smart guy, but his problem is he's all ingrained with the corporation business of running a city. Not going to be that way anymore. There ain't going to be no more corporation cities. Okay? That's not how you're going to have to. Fort Madison, Burlington, Keokuk, every town that's incorporated is going to have to be responsible for running their own government the right way under common law. And there's going to have to be a 25-man grand jury every month at the courthouse to handle cases. And the penalties will not be financial unless there was a financial loss. Okay? Eye for an eye. That's what we're going to. Okay? Not exactly all the way around, but it's, like, let's say you're a dumbass kid and you get caught. You're 18 years old and you're going down the road 70 mile an hour in a 15 zone. Well, a law officer is going to pull you over, not a policy enforcer, but a law officer is going to pull you over, and they're going to say you're driving too fast for conditions, you're speeding. And so what we're going to do, instead of giving you a ticket, which ends up in money, we're going to insist that you take, in order to maintain the privilege of having a car, we're going to insist that you take driving classes and be responsible. And in the meantime, we'll just hold your car over here for no charge. We'll just store your car for you, but until you learn how to use it responsibly. That's what common law is, guys. That's what common law is. Common sense. Okay? Not exactly, but I'm just giving you a rough idea of what it's going to be like. Okay. Do you want to hear something that I don't know what to believe? Wendy Walker, I'm not. That doesn't. Let's see. That's Susie Wiles, who is Princess Mary, who is Diana's mother. Oh, I don't know. That's part of the movie. I don't care about that. I don't care about the movie. Okay. So many of you guys are they're still doing a good job. The cable guys are doing a good job. They keep enthralled in the movie, and Dr. Wiedemann says Vera's going to be released tomorrow. Good. Then she can start filing suit in common law for human trafficking, because that's what they did. And not only that, Doc, but she can file suit for senior citizen abuse. Okay, think about that. But she's going to have to wait till the republic is announced. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Joey says, "Do you think that judges, lawyers, and police have been retrained on constitutional law, or does that only happen when Nassar Gassar is announced?" No, they're going to find out that they're going to have to be retrained. They're going to have to be retrained if they're not arrested, and most of them will be arrested. What? What do you mean, Chance? Why are you gonna arrest them? Because they're all guilty of human trafficking. Hello? They're all guilty of human trafficking. When you get a traffic ticket for speeding, you're forcing that person under fear of being incarcerated that you are going to be at a certain time or a certain place, or we're going to come and get you and we're going to throw you in jail. When do I think that Trump's going to announce Canada being annexed? I'm going to give you a date of September 15th, just based on some other information that I got that I can't share. But I'm going to give you a date of September 15th, according to what I'm hearing now. Good morning, Gregory Lease. How are you? From Australia, one of my friends down under. Let's see what other questions we have.
Chance, before you answer, I have a question and a comment. So let me do this. First, the question is, and it goes with the comment. You can take it as you want. Nassar Gassara, as we know what that is, right? But now we have a Nassar Gassara coin. Now, people are saying that the Nassar Gassara coin is Nassar Gassara for us. And when the coin starts making money, then that's why I want you to answer the question. So please answer. Go ahead.
Scam. That's all over JFK Jr.'s Telegram page. It's the newest scam. It's just like the Trump coin or the Bitcoin, gold coin, or this coin, or the funny money, or buy the Trump bucks. And next they're going to have the Hulk Hogan hat band with MAGA on the front, and you're going to be able to buy that for only $50, So who knows, they come up and people buy it.
I know.
People buy it, and there's, my God, I'm absolutely overwhelmed at the people that do it. And I have a close friend who bought a bunch of Trump bucks, and I had to be the one telling him that it wasn't real. And he was noticeably upset because he invested a lot. And man, am I having a bad hair day or what? Okay. Let's see. Chance, have you heard of anyone who has gotten $5,000 a month on Social Security, or big bill stays, no tax on Social Security? Have you heard it from anyone who has had their tax removed? Not yet. I haven't heard of anyone. Hello, Maureen. How are you?
Morning.
Good to see you. Not yet. And you can't find my group on Telegram, Michelle. My group is a private group. The only way you can get in is by invitation. Now, there's other Chance McFadden groups, and a lot of them are pushing crypto, and I don't push crypto. So if you go in there and you read crypto ads, and you read all these other crazy Trump bucks ads, and then all these Nassar coins and all this other crap, that's not me. Okay, I'm here to tell the truth. I'm not here to blow smoke in your wazoo. Okay. Will we be able to pursue a constitutional law degree, or will it not be necessary going forward? Good question. That's probably one of the best questions there is. What you're going to see is I did my studies with Hawk on the phone every morning. We talked about constitutional law, and we did it for 2 or 3 years. He'd call, we'd talk, I'd make mental notes, and we'd go on. And I think he's trying to, Mary. I think he's trying to change the age to 60. But I think in order to be a constitutional lawyer in the future, you're going to have to be, to begin with, I think you're going to have to be at least a paralegal so you can understand how the court system works. And then you're going to have to be not so ingrained into the system and not under a bar oath to understand that it's all changing, and you will, a paralegal hopefully has not been involved in any human trafficking, and so they're going to be able to take an oath to the United States Republic and not to the British Accredited Registry. Okay, so think about that. Okay, but I got some other questions coming up here. Let's see. Oh, here's Fleur. Fleur says, "Hey guys, from Perth, Western Australia. Love listening on the way to work. Good. Thank you, Fleur. It's nice to hear from you. Nothing on the 5K, Social Security, taxes, anything, nothing like that. Okay. Again, it's a private Telegram group. You can't find it on a search. You have to send me an email to chancemusic@yahoo.com and include your name, your address, your telephone number, and your Telegram username. And because we're trying to keep the trolls out, and we do have a list of trolls, and Bernadette has kept a lot of people out. Okay. Let's see. Congress has not moved on the $5,000 yet. That's right. And I don't think it will. I don't think they will. I think it'll be an executive order. I don't think it's going to be Congress, because who we got in Congress? A bunch of reptilians wearing masks or holographic projections. Okay. Janet says, where can I learn to become well-versed in common law? Start with a book about common law on Amazon. It's like $8. Go grab that. Start there. Okay. Just remember, my thoughts on the RV are going to be revealed at the end of the show, Penny. So there you go. Yeah. Start with the Amazon book about common law. It's about $8, $9. And let's see.
Hey, yeah. Chance, you consider Black's Law Dictionary still good as well?
There's another subscription law dictionary that you have to pay $50 or $100 a month if you're a bar attorney, because the laws are changing in the corporation so quickly that you have to subscribe to the changes. Now, somebody that's listening that knows what I'm talking about will know the name of the book. But Black's Law Dictionary was the source book for everything for years, but it was still under corporate law. So what's probably going to happen with Black's Law Dictionary is we're going to apply the good parts of Black's Law Dictionary to common law, and the rest of it will be discarded. So there'll be a new law dictionary that we'll be able to go from. Okay.
And how about modern money mechanics? I remember reading that a few years ago.
Modern money mechanics, you might as well just throw it down the toilet and watch it, and enjoy watching it spin around. Oh, look at that. Look how long it took to go down. Isn't that cute? Oh, I think I'll throw in another page. No, modern money mechanics is all based on stock markets and bonds and all that stuff that's getting ready to end. Okay. Here we go. Joey's got another good question. Will our original birth certificate be given back to us after all the BS is finished? I think the Department of Transportation in PA has our original birth certificates. 90% of the government will be gone soon. That's right. I have my original birth certificate. I was born in 1952, and back then they didn't confiscate them. In fact, my original birth certificate is so, what's the word I wanted to say? When you put it on the copy machine to copy it, the actual serial number of the birth certificate doesn't show up because they used a kind of ink back in the day, so you have to fill it in manually. And I found that interesting. Let's talk about Reformation and Restoration, because this all has to do with birth certificate fraud and RICO Act. Okay, when your mother, father, grandfather, everybody went to the bank, borrowed this, borrowed that, they already had the money. They were borrowing the money from themselves and paying the bank crazy interest, fees, and penalties just to use your own money. Okay? Now, the original intention of the birth certificate bonds was that we got half the money and the government got half the money. If they would have followed through with that, there'd have been no need for income tax. But you know how that nasty little corporation, how they get all greedy and everything. Wait a minute. We don't want to give them 50-50. Well, let's not give them anything. Let's just tell them it's not even there. And let's just make them work and pay taxes to us too. And we'll just keep that birth certificate money and we'll use it as we see fit. And we'll let the sheriffs go ahead and take money out of there to run their jail. And we'll let the courts go ahead and take money to give our partners, our cabal partners, their extra money. Okay. And it's hilarious. It's sad, but it's sad to see criminals put out on the street, but it's really hilarious to see that they will drop a felony down to a misdemeanor like that because they don't want to keep him in jail. And that's what they did with my grandson. He was getting charged with felonies, and I let him sit. I wasn't going to bail him out. Well, when they found out I wasn't going to bail him out because they listened to their conversations on the phone, then they dropped it to misdemeanor. It was $400 to get him out. So I begged, borrowed, and stole the bunch of money to get him out. And so, yeah, Maureen has a question. Go ahead with your question. Tina says they're all a bunch of scumbags. Well, yeah. Hello, Bueller, McFly. Anybody in there? Yeah. They're all scumbags. They're human trafficking pieces of crap. They're reptilians using hologram projections to hide their faces and to change their voices. And I will tell you this much: I did get a heads up from somebody that I don't talk to very often. Very smart guy. If I told you his name, you'd say, "You're talking to him?" Yeah, well, I am talking to him. But he said disclosure is very, very close. And when it comes out, the reptilians will also be revealed. I just want a pair of the sunglasses that Roddy Piper used on my Live so I could see who's reptilian or not. Oh, you're a reptilian? Bang! You're a reptilian? Bang! I thought that was just beautiful. What's going on with all them getting all the homeless people up and out now? Where are they taking them? That's a good question. That's a really, really good question. If anybody knows the answer, come on and tell us, because I really haven't investigated it. And I really didn't care. And it's not that I don't care. I do care, but I got so much to think about and so many people to help. It's It's I just didn't have time to follow through. So let me know. I would like to think they take some of them empty buildings in the FBI buildings and the IRS buildings and stuff in Washington and let them set up camp in there. I mean, got to be better than being out on the street. Okay. What do I think about David Quigley, who says his identity was stolen? Great book, and he looks like his father. That's I've talked about this before, and my explanation to that is not going to be something that a lot of you ain't going to understand. You're going to think I'm nuts, but I'll get to that in a few at the end. Okay, I'll get to that by the end.
Ann is here, by the way, Chance.
Who is?
Ann.
Okay, we'll bring her on in a minute.
Okay, just let me know when.
Yes, I think all of Canada government will be arrested for you to see. Yes. Okay. What I want you all to understand is things are moving so quickly. So, okay, it wouldn't do you good. It wouldn't do you good to get real-time information because it would go too fast for you to even read it. There's that much going on. 40% increase in Democrat and Rhino Republican houses for sale in Washington, D.C. 40% increase in less than 2 weeks. Okay? And you think they're going to sell them? Nah. But the audit of the Smithsonian Institute. Oh, okay. We talked about the tunnels, and no, they're not taking them there. But I will tell you, there's a possibility. There's a possibility. There's a couple underground cities, and I know there's one in D.C. I know there's an underground facility, and it's not a dump. It's a city. There's a city under New York City too, by the way. So maybe Trump's accessing them because whether they like it or not, he's president of the United States underground too. Okay, even there is a community under Washington D.C. There, Kent Dunn told you this a long time ago. There is a community under Los Angeles that was abandoned by the reptilian, and New York City has a complete another New York City of people who have escaped, who have found the place, have gone back up, brought their family down. It's quite a organized and what's the word I want to say? It's quite an organized operation. The underground cities, they're very organized and they're very picky on who they let in nowadays. So maybe Trump is moving them underground and getting them, health care and getting them roof over their head and good food and showers and the things that every basic human being needs. And I would have a tendency to believe that more than anything else. Okay. Now let's talk about David Quigley. Okay. I don't care about the DNA. I don't care about anything. Part of his shtick, I'm going to say shtick, which means act. Yeah, right, Danny. I remember that. Part of David Quigley's shtick is that, he recognizes that he's the only JFK, okay, Jr., okay? And he was stolen from his parents and his dad was cloned or killed or whatever the story is. I don't care, because what I think has happened here is because we've been having merging timelines. There's been as many as 4 timelines that have merged. And you guys should know that from the Mandela effect. That alone should tell you Nelson Mandela dead? Yeah, he died in prison. Oh, wait a minute. No, he didn't. Here, a few years later, here he pops back up again. Fruit of the Loom having a cornucopia? That never happened. It was there. It was there when I was a kid. Okay. So anyway, can't we send illegals underground for lunch? For reptilians? Well, I don't think that would be very humane if you're planning on being a humanitarian and you really want to feed the reptilians. To do your humanitarian effort towards the reptilians, I think you would want to volunteer yourself first. Oh, go ahead and eat me. My life doesn't mean anything.
It's funny, Chance. Many of families have reptilians in the families. They don't even know it.
I know that.
So what he's saying is, can we send the people to the reptilians? Well, a lot of your family members may be reptilian. You don't even know it. So
yeah. And who knows what your wife, son, brother, cousin, uncle is doing behind closed doors.
There you go.
You know what I mean? They might not even know it. I'll tell you what, there's a guy that works at Walmart in Burlington. I've told you guys this before. I'm not going to say his name just in case you get back to him. I don't want to hurt his feelings, but man, the guy is not normal. His holographic projector is not doing its job, but he has the IQ of a stick.
Oh.
And he's this big all the way down. And I've seen a lot of heavy people, but heavy and ugly. I mean, it looks like he got run over by a steamroller. His face, anyway. And it's not his fault. If he's a human being, then I apologize to him, and I know God loves you, but I don't think you are. Okay, and listen, I know my daughter watches this show sometimes, but I got to be careful what I say. You know what I mean? But
listen, you got to take everything, Chance. You got to take everything with a grain of salt, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm laughing at some of the comments because the comments are hysterical.
I am tired. I'm very tired. I sleep well at night, but I've been. I think it's all these succubuses calling me and wanting free legal advice, and that's another thing I got to get into here. We're going to bring Ann on in just a minute, but before I do, I'm going to since we're changing gears here a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, we don't get any YouTube money. We don't get any Google money. That's cabal money. I was offered last year $50,000 to sell out to somebody, some media group, and they wanted to control what I said and how I said it, and they promised to make me a big star and be making money hand over fist, but they offered me $50,000 for my show. Well, guess what? I turned them down. And for me to turn down $50,000 is pretty oh boy. Yeah, what I could have done with that. But anyway, the station is in dire straits for donations, and I am too. So you guys have been really good in the past. So anything that you can do, if you're going to send a donation for the station, you can send all your donations to me, and I will forward it on to Doc G. If you're going to have a donation for the station, just put for Doc G, and I'll send it over to him on Cash App. Unfortunately, it was very, very trying, and I haven't. But what money I had in the bank was embezzled, and that left me with practically nothing. And I'm not going to talk any more about that, but I'm just going to say, it makes me very, very upset because I have the proof of who did it, and it was a family member. So, and please, when you're dealing with your family, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Okay? Family is supposed to be unity. It's supposed to be helping each other. Okay? And since I've been helping so many people with trusts and IRS problems and house problems and everything, I want you to know that I have found. Let me explain something to you about a trust. Doc G is going to set up an ABC trust. Okay? And he's going to make me, my sister, and my cousin and everything, because he knows the family so well. He's going to make us all trustees. Now, wait a minute. If Doc G was to go on to the next realm, who's in charge? None of them. None of them, unless he names one person a successor trustee. So a trustee that tries taking over a trust without being named the successor trustee is committing fraud. He's committing embezzlement and several other crimes. But if you've got a situation where somebody in the family who is a trustee is trying to take things over, unless they are named successor trustee, they can't do it. And that successor trustee has to be named in the will or in the trust itself. Okay? So remember that. Now we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that is the stem cell patches. Notice I am not wearing any today. I went a day without. Why did you do that, Chance? Well, because I'm going to start wearing them at night instead of daytime. And I've got the energy patches that I usually wear here, but I'm going to try to build myself up at night instead of fighting the energy crisis during the daytime. Okay, but I am noticing leaps and bounds of benefits from the patches. One of the benefits is my hair is getting darker. My mustache is getting darker. Yeah, I look tired tonight. I am tired. I just don't have any energy during the daytime. So that's why I'm going to start using my patches, my X39, my X49, my Dion, and my energy patches at night. Now, I'm not worried about them keeping me up. I'm just hopefully it'll energize me. What's going on with China and its financial problems now with the bank shutting down? It's the same, Mary. It's the same thing that's happening here. Their currency is fiat. It's the same thing. Everything that's happening here is happening there. Everything that's happening there is happening in Australia. Everything that's happening there is happening in New Zealand. It's happening in United Kingdom. We are in a transitional period of everything failing. Okay, that is what's going on. Okay. Now at this time, we're going to bring on Ann, and she is going to slap me around and call me a girl name.
Yes, I am about to slap you around because X39 and 49 and Energy Enhancer are all daytime patches.
Well, how come my energy is so low?
Do you have the Energy Enhancer on? And if you have no patches,
not now. I don't. I was going to switch them, but I didn't know I had. Okay, I'll be back on tomorrow. I deserve to be slapped around. Yes. Bad chance.
Now, can you wear other patches at night? Yes, you can wear Eon, Alavita. Well, Alavita is a nighttime patch. So sleep and Alavita are nighttime only. Energy Enhancer, the name speaks for itself. It's energy, and most people want energy while they're awake, not while they're sleeping.
Well,
So,
I put them right here, and it just seems like I don't know what's going on.
3 fingers from the palm.
Right.
It has to be 3 fingers down exactly. You can put them, I mean, we've had people put them here. A lot of athletes wear them here or here. But the ones that, if you look at the document shows you, they come with a little booklet, and the little booklet shows you, but I have a diagram. Anybody who does not have the diagram, you have access to my email or my phone. I will send you where your patch placements are. And it's a chart, and it shows every patch name, and then it shows what part of the body to put it on, like SP6. If you look at the photos, the SP6 is a left side of the body only. SP6 is your endocrine system, and it's the left side only. So when it's showing you a foot, it's not showing you either foot. It's specifically showing you the left ankle. Below the left ankle, 4 fingers above the left ankle, left outside knee, or left stomach area. It's a left side body. Many of the Y age are right sides, or you can put it on a specific organ, especially because the carnosine is all muscles, but it's also heart health. So the cardiologist who did his studies put the carnosine directly over the heart. For women with larger chest, it would go diaphragm area, so on the diaphragm below the breast, because it's hard you can't hit the heart through your fat. So you're going to do it through the diaphragm, or you can put it up higher. But men can usually just stick it right on a pick. Those are the options for those. Glutathione's typically a right side of the body, because where's your liver? Your liver's on the right side. The only exception is if you're using acupressure points. The acupressure point diagram shows that the liver is on the left foot below the pad of the pinky toe, where the arch meets. So you would stick it on this part of the left foot. Other than that, it goes to the right side of the body. A great spot is government vessel, I think it's government vessel 6. It's outside right knee, about 3 or 4 fingers to the outside of that knee is a great spot also, because that's your gallbladder liver area. So they have reasons for putting them places. Now, can you stick them anywhere on the body? Technically, yes. Dr. Stacy does the shows all the time, and she'll stick a patch right here on the top of her hand just to say the wavelength is going in and I want you to see it. Or we put it here. I don't have one on here tonight. I actually put them here. I decided to change up my 39 and 49. 39 and 49 together is like makes you a Faraday cage, where it's blocking UV radiation, blue lights, 5G towers. That's a definite energy zapper. So make sure you get your 39 and 49 together during the day, because it's going to block you holding your cell phone or putting a phone to your ear. A lot of times I'm on speaker, or I'll have those earbuds, and they don't even go in my ear because I don't like them in my ear, but I have the ones that sit on the outside, because that's really good too. Oh.
Well, you most certainly straightened me out, didn't you?
I tried. Got to keep you straight, because if you give wrong information to all of the people listening,
I'm not claiming to be an expert. You're the expert. You and Lillian are the experts. I'm just the heathen talk show host. That's all I am.
And
but you know what? I get so many compliments of how you're looking. They're like, man, I can definitely tell the patches for him. I had somebody in my chair, and they watch you too. So I clean somebody's teeth that watches you, and we were talking about you.
Yeah, I got a question for you. Now, what he said, I understand, but I'm also understanding that if you sleep on a grounding sheet, it also enhances your body. But if you wear the patches while sleeping on the grounding sheet, can that help?
I would venture to say yes, because you can lay on the grounding sheet anytime you want. I mean, if you think about it, you can take a 10-minute siesta.
Right. So that could actually work then. If you're sleeping on a grounding sheet and then you put the patches on, you can sleep with the patches.
Now, I'm a person who hates to walk barefoot. I can't stand being barefoot. But let me tell you something. I've really embraced grounding. One, of course, when I'm at the beach, I ground every time I get to walk. And I'm fortunate to live at a beach area. So it's 8 minutes from our house when there's not summer traffic. We know the times to drive and when not to drive. So we always have to, if we want to get to the beach, go early. I don't like to go past 10:30 anyway, because I don't like to wear sunscreen. So I want the natural sunlight that's not going to burn me. Between 11 and 2 p.m. is your burning ray. So if you're somebody like me who doesn't wear sunscreen, You want to go early before 10:30, and then you want to be done, and then I can go again after 3, and I don't burn during those hours. When I'm on my boat with my friends, so I have friends who have boats or wave runners, you'll see a big floppy hat on me to protect my face. I'll go in the water for 15, 20 minutes, but then I'm up under the shade of the boat because I don't want overexposure. So I like my natural glow, my natural sunlight. I have Hungarian in my background, so between my mom's British, which you think would be burning a lot, I don't, because I have the olive skin from my Hungarian side of the family. And so I need the sun. And then during the winter, when we don't have enough sun, a lot of people get depressed because there's not enough sun. So as long as you're not burning, go to a tan in bed 3 times a week. That'll keep the blues away during the winter months. It's all about burning. If you burn, and remember, I'm also a licensed esthetician, so I know a lot about skin in addition to being a dental hygienist and plastic surgeon scrub tech. It's all about burning. If you're burning, yes, that's bad for you. But many of these sunscreens that people wear, and I don't have one in front of me, they have things that are bad for you. If the alcohol's in it, throw it away. It's drying your skin out, and that makes you burn. You want stuff that has oil, nutrients that are in it. You don't want anything that's going to burn. If you can't pronounce it, throw it away. Literally, go look at your sunscreen right now. If you can't pronounce stuff on that bottle, throw it away, because all you're doing is causing cancerous poisons, because those things are causing the issue. But if you have natural mineral makeup, a sunscreen with zinc oxide, that's going to be your sunblock, because it's like it's that white stuff, and it turns white when you're putting it on, and it's hard to smear in. That's a sunblock. But those other ones, sun oils, if they're just tanning oils and you can pronounce pretty much everything on it, if it has tallow, beef tallow is great. You can burn though if you're not careful. So you have to know your skin. I can get away with tallow more than my husband. His background's German, Ziegenhorn. So he burns. My daughter burns. Aiden and I, so my son and I, we tan. We've got that olive complexion thing going on. Now my husband and daughter tan easily, but they have more susceptible to burn because they have more of the white pink undertone, whereas Aiden and I have the olive. But guys, I swear, please, if you have sunscreen and you can't pronounce something in it, just throw it away. It's doing more harm than good.
Amen to that.
Ashwagandha, if you eat it, drink it, or have patches that have it in it, it's a natural sunscreen.
Yep, I have a whole bottle of that, but I'm not.
I'm taking every day a dropper full every day.
But here's the thing: you look at me. I'm whiter than Larry Bird. Okay, I could use a little sun. Okay, coconut oil is not okay, Roy B. Demand. The reason is, can you cook in coconut oil? Yes. Do you want to put coconut oil on your skin? Not unless you want to fry your face. Okay. But it's a good question.
A very good question. It really is. Now, what you can use the coconut oil for, though, is dental hygiene is coming out in me now. So, one, great for cuticles, to keep those so you can keep pushing them back, because every day you just want to kind of push them back. Do the same thing with your toes. Men will do their fingernails, but they'll forget their toes, and they have those nasty overgrown things. Anyway, y'all get a pedicure. Anyway, the coconut oil, swoosh with it for 18 minutes. Just below 20 minutes. At the 20-minute mark, it starts to reabsorb into the body. But if you swish with it, and you don't have to do don't go, you tie your jaw. So just move it around your mouth. Start out low, 3-4 minutes. You're going to spit it in a napkin or in a garbage can. Do not spit it down the sink. Guys, right. Coconut oil hardens like lard, just like bacon grease. You don't pour bacon grease down the sink. So you got to let it get hard, put it in a napkin, just spit it in a napkin and throw it in the garbage. But it will naturally whiten your teeth, moisturizes the gum tissue, kills bacteria, and freshens the breath. So when you can get up to 18 minutes, it's called oil pulling, and it will make your mouth so healthy. Oh, just unbelievably healthy. So that's a great thing to do.
At this time, Ann, I am going to address a couple other things and give the RV information.
Great.
Before I go into that section, I would like to ask you what is going on with the Republic from your point of view.
Trump is doing everything that he should be doing, and basically it's just us educating all of us who did get our counties raised up and seated. We have turned our stuff into our side of everything because Trump's on the right track with everything that he is doing. It's really just getting more people involved. Just like you said earlier, Chance, I was listening the whole time that you were talking, so I've been on. I wasn't making comments because I was also helping people with patches. But I was listening. So you were spot on. You know, everything's moving forward the way that it should be, and now it's just educate other people because you want more in the know and more knowing how to live lawfully, so that there's less confusion as everything is getting turned over and turned around. And of course, you know, I have that. I love to forgive everybody for everything and everything that happened to me personally, but at the same time, there's something that makes my heart cheer when you go, and some of those people are going to be arrested. I'm just like, oh, please. So it's sad that I think that way, but oh well.
Oh, you're going to be
I'm
surprised.
human.
You're going to be surprised how many. If you want to stick around for a few minutes and do final thoughts with us, you can.
Yep.
If you need to get the stem cell patches, you need to send an email to either Doc G or myself. Mine email is chancemusic@yahoo.com and include your phone number. And Doc G's email is...
Hold on a second.
Okay.
GDPENT1@yahoo.com.
GDPENT1@yahoo.com. Give either one of us an email and we will forward on. Make sure you include your phone number and we will get you on the patches. On a
Yeah,
side
the quickest thing is if you do put your phone number, I can reach out to you quicker because I'm good at texting, way better at texting than I am emails.
Okay, great. And also, I just recommended for Maria number 1 to get some longevity minerals in her. The plant-derived minerals, that's what I use every day. I swear by it. It gave my puppy, Lexi, I will absolutely guarantee you, it gave her an extra 6 months of life. Doc was here in town at the time. We got Lexi on the stuff, and she was really bad, and she bounced back, and she got an extra 6 months of life. And the thing that made it so wonderful was I treated her just like I did Megan. I kept her with me all the time. I loved her up. I fed her at 4 o'clock in the morning and made sure she had her vitamins and her minerals, and and that extra 6 months meant the world to me. And she had me trained very, very well because she got me up at 4 a.m. every morning for food, minerals, and vitamins, and like an alarm clock. And I'm sitting there going, if you knew how hard it was for me to go back to bed. This is my problem. Okay, I got so many people's problems going through my head, and
Same with me.
oh my gosh, and I guess that's the way God wants it, because I have woke up with some solutions. So maybe I'm getting messages from God, but we've been able to help quite a few people. I'm going to give you some intel now. Okay. You're just going to have to wait just a second for me to pull it up. But first, I'm going to give you the intel that I got from Wyatt. Okay. Wyatt. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Wyatt said that the final day is August 31st in the Julian calendar, which puts us right at September 9th and 10th. Okay. And I kind of know where he got that information from, if you know what I mean. And, but anyway, so we're going to be all living on the Julian calendar for the next few days. Anyway, I'm very anxious. Things are behind the scenes. The intake officers did tell me, didn't even quote me anything, but he said behind the scenes, he says he is busier than a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest. Okay. So he says he's never been this busy and something's getting ready to happen. Okay. Hello, Chance. This is what I've received as of yesterday, Wednesday. Bank told Russia and Ukraine to agree to peace agreements, which I think has already been done. We're waiting for the announcement. And the bank also told Israel and Hamas to also agree with peace, which I think is being done now. World peace is required for the reset, and told it's going to be happening by the end of August, and that would be the Julian calendar. Wouldn't it be something if it happened on 9/11? Wouldn't that be something? Think about that. Okay. Now, I did a prayer show Tuesday, and then I did it one last Friday on Facebook. We're not going to do Facebook anymore. We're going to do the prayers on Telegram. But so many people need your prayers, and I got a lot of compliments from a lot of people after I did my impromptu prayer. And of course, you know me, I'm not a professional speaker or anything like that. But what I am is I'm a steak and potatoes, beans and weenies type of guy. Okay. I'm very, very simple. Okay. Eggs and bacon. Okay. That's it. I'm chicken and rice. I'm simple. Okay. I'm simple in the way I communicate with people. I'm simple with the foods that I eat. And I'm simple about how I keep my house and everything else that I do, because that's just the way I was raised. I was raised on a farm. So with this in mind, guys, we've got to concentrate more on prayers. So what I'm going to try to do starting tomorrow is I'm going to come on for at least 1 or 2 minutes on Telegram and put up some prayers for specific people. Now, I got a very, very interesting, video from Dr. Wiedemann, and I've watched the first part of one, and I haven't watched the other one yet. But could we put Dr. Wiedemann's information up on the screen?
Sure.
Doc. And
Go ahead.
By the way, I feel so humiliated because I thought I was going to do something good and clever and put my patches on at night. That don't work. Okay. So don't pay attention. Erase that part. Okay. Edit that out or something. Okay. Never mind. Okay. Do what she says. Don't pay no attention to me. I'm just the guy behind the curtain. Gosh. Sometimes I wonder. Hang on a minute. Okay. Now I get straightened out. Okay. But prayer is very important in this whole procedure, guys. And we're going to have a Chances Chat Sunday night, 5:00 on the private Telegram channel. And we're going to have I'm going to bring in a couple prayers tomorrow for specific people. And if you want your name added, send me an email, chancemusic@yahoo.com, and I will make up. I'll put you in a group for specific prayers. I don't have to say your full name. It's just like if Sandy needs a prayer for completion or prayer for her hip, then we'll add that, and we're going to put these prayers out there, and we're always going to end any prayers that I do with please speed up the Republic, the end of human trafficking, the RV, the med beds. Please speed that up for us, Lord. Okay, we need it. Okay, and you didn't keep us around this long if we weren't going to do good things with our health and our wealth. I know you know what our heart is. Lord knows what our heart is. And I will tell you, you're going to see a lot of people that you know in your community. You're going to see a lot of them fall. Oh, I sure hated to see that councilman get arrested. He wasn't that bad. No, but he was bad. He wouldn't have been arrested unless he was bad. Mark Scott adds, simple is really good. I'm getting a beef burrito every night. One of my long-standing favorite recipes. Oh, I love my chicken burritos, by the way. They're incredible. You got, if I ever meet you in person, we're going to have chicken burritos. I kill on them, okay? And after being off beef for several years, every night it's his morning routine. Okay. Too many people are dying needing med beds, Joe. You are right. Habanero pepper. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cut up them peppers, all kinds, and put it in that enchilada or burrito, man. That's what we need. But we need prayers. Guys, let's get with the prayers. Pray every night. I told you how I pray. Okay. I laid down for a little nap before the show, and I was thinking about Megan, and I had that love that I have for her and Lexi and Sissy and Coco Bear and all that love. I was feeling all that love in my heart, and then I prayed. When I was feeling that love, I prayed to Jesus then for the things that we all need, not just myself, but for things that we all need. And if you can do that, and you can get that love sensation in your heart, then you're talking directly to God Almighty, His Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. Okay? So with all this, I'm going to turn it over to Doc G so he can give us his final thoughts for tonight.
Well, I say this all the time, I'm going to say it again. Well, my final thoughts for tonight are be kind to one another, wait for the RV, but don't wait for it. Meaning that, you know it's coming, like Christmas is coming, but prepare anyway for anything at any time. Don't worry about it. Don't wait. Don't think about it. If it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, still great. Be grateful and thankful for everything that we get every day, because that's truly the gratitude we need.
Thank you, Doc. That was beautiful. And my prayers go out to you and your family, because I know you're suffering the trials and tribulations that I am too, and we're all doing good. But I want to next ask Ann Ziegenhorn for her final thoughts tonight.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off what Doc just said, because I'm reading reading/listening to an audiobook. It's called The Name of the Game and How to Play It. It's written 100 years ago, and it's all biblical principles. And God wants us to be abundant, but He warns us not to be a hoarder of money. And she puts it out in the Bible, and it says, don't save. You are to spend if you truly know that God is your provider. And the example they gave is just one that Doc kind of was saying, is a lady was holding money back, and she got money and she held it back, and she told her family, well, we don't have enough money to have Thanksgiving, so we're not going to have Thanksgiving, because she just wanted to save that money, for a different day. Somebody came in and stole that money. That was the exact amount that they needed for Thanksgiving food. So because she was thinking she was doing good by saving the money and hoarding it, somebody came in and stole it. And so when you know that God has your back, so the second story was a lady went to the lady who wrote the book and said, would you pray for me, because I don't have money to buy Christmas presents? And she said, and I found some really pretty ribbon and some little tags that I really wanted to use. And so the lady who wrote the book said, go buy the gift tags and ribbons. That's your act of faith that God is your provider. So she went and got them, and she felt really good about having them. And she was so happy because she was like, oh my gosh, I got these pretty things. And a few days later, a couple $100 came into her. So she had the money to go buy Christmas presents to go with those. So that was a neat little story. So it's the name of the game and how to play it. It's free on YouTube, and it's an audio book. And I just think it's amazing. I'm on my 7th time listening. So I'd listen to it when I go to back and forth to work, or if I'm on a long trip, and it's amazing. And I get something out of it, and it gives you affirmations to say. So that's my final thoughts.
That's also an ABBA song, just like Take a Chance on Me, you know?
Yes.
Name of the game, yeah.
It's the name of the game.
I'll be in bed in a half an hour, okay? And after I go to bed, I'm going to pull that up and listen to it, okay?
There you go.
But I'm going to piggyback off you now on my final thoughts, because you made something here. You made a comment that needs to be expanded upon, okay? And I'm going to put it to you this way: until we are in 4D or 5D, we aren't going to learn how to manifest, okay? But we can manifest now. But unfortunately, you have to go into such deep prayer, and you have to open up your third eye.
So you put a patch on there, FYI.
I do. I put X39 on there.
No. So what do you have for sleep? Do you have Alavita or any other you have Eon?
Yeah.
Put the Eon right here. Watch what happens tonight.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay, but here's the thing. Money being hoarded, holding it back, is the only energy that we have access to. Now, granted, it is fiat currency, but when you hoard it, the money is not working for you.
Right.
If you've got a $20,000 insurance check, you think, oh, good, I can get by for the next 2 years. That's not what God sent you that $20,000 for. You're supposed to help people, spread it around. You see somebody in the grocery store struggling, go back. You've got the energy in the right now in this 3D world. When we have extra money, we need to get it circulated. That's how we create energy. Right now, money is energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you can contribute to somebody else's cause, somebody else's needs, somebody else's even their desires, you can do so with that money that you're hoarding. Because if you truly believe in God, don't worry about it. There's going to be more, and He's going to send it. Okay, and if you are thinking that the world is black and white, and all you see is shades of gray, then you are wrong, because the world is a multicolored, beautiful universe.
Mm-hmm.
And what powers it is not necessarily money, but love. Love is what powers everything. Your love for your family, your love for your children, your love for your animals, your love for your Savior, your love for your neighbor, your love for your friends, your love for your people on your Telegram page, your love for your contacts, maybe just your email friends, or your Zoom friends, or your Messenger friends. It's all love. Keeping in contact and sharing the love. Okay? That's what it's all about. It's all about love. Okay? John Lennon was right. All you need is love. And if you think that's wrong, then you're not thinking and you're not feeling deep enough. All you need is love. And you don't forget to love yourself, because I'm going to tell you this right now. Everybody that's listening tonight and everybody that listens to the rerun and everything like that, guess what? Whether you acknowledge Him or not, God loves you. You. And well, I'm not a good person. I do drugs, and God can't love me. No, He does love you. He wants the best for you. He wants you to make wise decisions. So get off your tushy, start loving yourself, and that doesn't mean turn into a narcissist. Okay? By expressing love for other people, go mow that old lady's yard across the street. You know what I mean? She can't do it. Go do that. And if somebody needs help with their groceries coming out of the grocery store, you can see some elderly person, man, I do this. Then you're a humanitarian. You're doing God's work. Okay. If somebody needs a ride to the pharmacy, give them a ride. Do the right thing. Keep God in your heart. Keep Jesus, the Holy Spirit, in your heart all the time. Okay? That's all I want you to do. All you need is love. I'm Chance McFadden. I want to thank Doc G. And I want to thank Ann Ziegenhorn for being here this evening. And I love you all. And God bless. And good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.